Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me and dropping your comments. Love the comments. Well, the Knicks just played their 81st game of the season. Only one more to go. It was a Friday night disappointment. Let's put it matter of factly. It's a disappointing loss only from the standpoint that I wanted to keep the good vibes rolling. Mitch didn't start. Jalen Brunson didn't play. Julius Randle still nursing his sprained ankle, but R.J. Barrett did return to the lineup, and mixed results. At the end of the day, they just didn't look like the same team that they were the other night, and we could put it all on RJ. We could, but I'm going to take. Definitely he takes a lot of the blame for it as well. But let's just get into it. Here we go. Knicks lost to the Pelicans, 113-105, and the game was right there for the Knicks to take it. The game was tied actually after the third quarter, and but the Knicks just could not pull it together in that fourth. They couldn't hit any three-point shots in that fourth quarter. They allowed the Pelicans to pretty much dictate what they wanted, and at the end of the day, RJ took too many three-point shots. I bet you thought you'd never see the day when I would say something like that, but he took too many three-point shots. In fact, let's get to this right here. New York Basketball tweeted this out. R.J. Barrett as the Knicks fall in New Orleans. He did give us 28 points, which is awesome. 11 of 24 shooting, 44%, but 0 for 9 from the three-point line. And one three-pointer that he took was so bad that Clyde was like, oh, like when it was so way off to the left that it was short and off to the left. Like it was like a prayer. It was almost like someone closed their eyes and shot. You know, like when you ever practice those free throws, like okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and you shoot. And you're like, oh, it was close. Yeah, no, wasn't close. This is a three-point shot, totally missed. 0 for 9. He hits 3 of those. Knicks win this game. It's pretty much that simple. But he wasn't the only one who wasn't effective offensively. Josh Hart had a rough night on his return trip as a Knick, his first trip as a Knick to New Orleans, his former team. He played 33 minutes, but only 1 of 8 overall. Only 1 of 8 for Josh Hart. And he missed all 3 of his three-point attempts. But at least he hit 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Still picked up 6 rebounds. RJ picked up 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and committed 0 turnovers. But he was a minus 15, which was the team high. The only one closer was Isaiah Hartenstein, who was a minus 11. In fact, here we can look at the stats here. There's going to be no highlights. It's not even worth showing these highlights here. I mean, it's a meaningless game for the Knicks. They are the 5th seed. They're going to be playing Cleveland. They rested 3 starters. Which they had been resting 3 starters for the previous games, except tonight it was Mitch who rested and RJ played. I'm in favor of that because Mitch is very, very important to this team, and give him some extra days off for sure. No doubt, I have no issues with that. But as you can see, we didn't quite get that same game. Grimes, I wish he had been able to take some more shots. He only put up 11 shots. RJ could have, at least given up 4, maybe 6 attempts, and given those to Grimes. That would have been the better way to go. But at the same time, this game was important for RJ to recapture his flow. He needs these last 2 games, tonight being the first one, and then on Sunday, hopefully he'll play against the Pacers. He needs them to get his rhythm back. He looked rusty at first. He wasn't even hitting his layups or anything, but he recaptured that. He finished 11 of 15. 11 of 15 from inside the arc, which is outstanding, considering he missed, I believe, his first 2 or 3 layup attempts, two layup attempts. So he was pretty much didn't miss anything after that first quarter. He quickly delivered 24 points, only 2 assists, 5 rebounds for him. Shot 6 of 10 from the three-point line, 8 of 18 overall. Grimes, 14 points. Would have liked to have seen him hit that 20-point mark. Again, he does that. Knicks win this game. It was an odd game. It looked like at any point the Knicks could run away with it, and they just never could. In fact, I think the largest lead they had was 3. So it was really the Pelicans, and the Pelicans, they want this game. They needed this game. They want to solidify their position. They want to get into the play-in. I think they're currently in the play-in situation, and they were definitely playing. Let's see where they are right now. Well, they're 8th. They're in 8th right now because they won this game tonight. This put them up into 8th, and which is great because if you're in the 7-8 play-in, you only have to win 1 game. So then if you're in the 9-10, you have to win 2. So in this situation, it's an easier path for the Pelicans, which they were able to do last season. They were able to get into the playoffs last season. So they had definitely something to play for. And there was some chippiness there between Ingram and Hart. I know they were teammates with the Lakers and teammates with the Pelicans. So it was a little competitive nature there going on. Maybe that got into Hart's head a little bit. He didn't want to... I don't know. It's hard to. This was a difficult game to break down because, this is. You could tell that the Knicks. I mean, they wanted to win it, but they weren't willing to win it by any means necessary. You could tell that, and Hartenstein only played 19 minutes, did pick up 5 assists, and some of them were just gorgeous, like outstanding. I'm really loving that development in the whole offense. By what I mean by that is the teammates, the team as a whole are looking for Isaiah to deliver these passes to them. So that's why they're cutting. They're creating up. My point is this. I got all jammed up. The other guys on the floor are creating opportunities for Isaiah to make these great passes. So by their cuts, and that's what's beautiful, and I like to see that. I want to keep seeing that. I mean, we've been seeing that for a couple of weeks now. He's been developing that, which is something that we were promised that he could do. So I'm really, really happy about that. Those 5 assists were excellent. And RJ with his 6 assists, he was sharing the ball. He actually, if it weren't for the 0 for 9, you would probably say this was a pretty good first game back for RJ Barrett. But the 0 for 9 is a devastating eyesore right there. Obi Toppin could not follow up his 30-point effort with another, offensive juggernaut performance. But he did deliver, 10 points, only 4 rebounds, at least better than last time, boy. What did he get, 1 rebound last time? That's unacceptable for him. And let's see what else. Jericho Sims played. Hit all 3 of his buckets. One was a nice feed from RJ when he cut right under the basket. RJ fed him, and then there was another floater that Sims put in there. So really nice 29 minutes for him. 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Deuce finally hit a 3. It's been a little bit of a dry spell, but he is struggling offensively. Definitely struggling offensively. And then there was an Evan Fournier sighting once again. Evan Fournier, this Sunday might be the last minutes he plays as a Knick. It might be on Sunday. It might be it. I don't see him returning next season. I don't see him wanting to return next season. For one, I think he'll want to go somewhere else where he'll get some consistent minutes. So just look out for that. And as I mentioned before, Josh Hart, 1 of 8 only overall. I mean, the Knicks shot 43.2%, less than 33% from the three-point line. Can't win in the NBA when you shoot like that. And then look at the plus minus. As I mentioned before, RJ was a minus 15. He was the negative high for the Knicks. And Isaiah Hartenstein, a minus 11. Obi was a minus 6. The only starter who wasn't a minus was Emmanuel Quickley, of course. And in that fourth quarter, when Emmanuel Quickley came back into the game and it looked like he might start taking over, they put Herb Jones on him to guard him, and it was difficult. It was a difficult matchup for him, and he did force it a bit. He even got his shot blocked by Herb Jones, who's an excellent defender. And actually, shout out to JD who mentioned this to me. He said that this is good. It's good for Emmanuel Quickly to face that kind of defense because he's becoming a very important offensive weapon for the Knicks. Someone that other teams are going to have to scheme to try to stop. And you could see Willie Green decided to put Herb Jones on him. That's something that we might see in the Cleveland series. We might even see Mobley be put on IQ when he's like hot like that. So look out for that. It's a good thing for IQ to see right now, so he can make some adjustments, and the team to make the adjustments, the coaches to make that adjustment themselves. But overall, IQ did have a pretty decent game. And then, as you can see, Josh Hart, even though he only gave us 8 points, shot 1 of 9, look at the plus minus. He finishes a plus 9. So, I mean, that just shows you when he wasn't on the court, that's when the Knicks were losing. Just plain and simple. There was a long stretch there in the fourth quarter where I would have liked to have seen Grimes in the game, and he wasn't there. He did come back in finally, but I feel like the team just wasn't gelling in that fourth quarter. They were kind of like coming apart in that third quarter, even though they were able to regain momentum and end up with a tie to tie the game by the end of the third quarter. They just weren't convincing, and you can see the Knicks have been averaging about 33 assists in the past couple of games. Tonight, only 19 assists for them. We got beat on the boards, only 37 rebounds. Here, we'll keep going. You can see here Ingram, 18 points. Ingram did not have a good game as well, even for himself. 40 minutes, shot just 6 of 15. Missed the three-point attempts that he put up there, but he did get 7 assists. He's becoming quite a playmaker. He's becoming quite a playmaker. That's an important part of his evolution as to become, an all-star. And it's nice to see him do that. 18 points for him, 7 rebounds. Herb Jones, I believe the previous game he had 30 points. He hit all 7 of his field goal attempts. He even hit a three-pointer. And the three-pointer he hit was in the fourth quarter there. I think it was with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, and the game was still there. I think it was only a 2-point difference in the game, maybe 3. And he hit that, maybe it was 3-point difference. He hit that three-pointer from the left corner, and that was it at that point. 15 points for him, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Valanciunas, he almost was a non-factor in this game. 12, even though he did have 12 rebounds, 8 points in his 25 minutes, but he really wasn't a factor in this game. CJ McCollum played almost 40 minutes, same with Trey Murphy, but Brandon Ingram did play 40 minutes. CJ McCollum had a very effective game for him, 23 points in 39 minutes, shot 8 of 15, 4 of 9 from behind the three-point line. 5 rebounds and 4 assists for him. But Trey Murphy, man, that guy is a player, leading scorer of the game, 31 points, 3 of 10 only from the three-point line, but inside the three-point line, he hit 7 of 11. He was definitely a problem for the Knicks. He just has that great size, and his defense is something. I'm not going to use the word spectacular, but he's a very good defender. He got some key blocks there, and as you can see, overall, the New Orleans Pelicans shot 53.2% overall. Even though the three-point shot wasn't really there for them as well, they only hit 10 of 28. They shot 35.7%, but they got 43 rebounds, 27 assists. They that's why they won this game, 113 to 105. That's why they won it. As you can see here, so you can see the rebounding. They were a +6 in the rebounding. They're a +8 in assists. I'm talking about the Pelicans. The steals, we were +1 there, but look at the blocks. They had 7 blocks, and we only had 2. The turnovers, there weren't many turnovers in this game. The Knicks only committed 10, and the Pelicans committed 12, but the Knicks were able to capitalize off those points, and they were a +8 there. And that's why one of the reasons why the Knicks were able to stick around and keep tying the game at the end of each quarter. So there it shows you right there. But points in the paint, Pelicans just destroyed us there, 60-46. We definitely missed Mitch Robinson's presence in the paint. I'm convinced 100% if Mitch plays this game, we win this game. Even if Brunson and Julius don't play, Mitch plays this game, we win this game. I'm convinced of that. As you can see, the largest lead for the Pelicans was 11. Our largest lead was only 3. Now, if you're wondering what's happening with Dallas because of that first-round pick, Here it is. Tim Bontemps just tweeted this out not long ago. Because the Dallas Mavericks lost tonight. Luka did start and played, I think, a quarter and a half. But basically, Kyrie sat. I mean, everybody sat. It was the Knicks that played against who did they even play against? I can't even remember who they played against tonight. Who did they play against? It doesn't matter. If Dallas wins against San Antonio Sunday, the Mavericks could wind up tied with both Oklahoma City and Chicago. They played Chicago. Or Chicago, which would put them in a position where a random draw would determine whether they keep their pick or send it to New York. It is top 10 protected. So it could be a very interesting Sunday. If Dallas beats San Antonio, which San Antonio is the worst team in the NBA right now, and they don't want to win anymore because they want to give themselves as many chances to win the Wemby sweepstakes as possible. So I doubt that San Antonio Spurs are going to come out with much fire on Sunday. And the Mavericks almost won this game against the Bulls, and they weren't even trying to. So there's a chance that the Mavs end up winning that game, and with a random draw, the Knicks end up with their pick, which would be wild. Wild. I'd love to see that happen just as a to Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? Like just a little for all this shit that he's complaining about the Knicks and taking and that Rick Brunson was the reason that they lost Jalen and all that stuff. Nah. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Stop whining. It's ridiculous. You had a chance. You had a chance to sign Jalen Brunson for what, $54 million or something, like half of what we got him for. And you didn't. You balked, you blew it, and now you got to suffer for it. You suffered the whole season for it. Everyone knows that the reason the Dallas Mavericks are in the state that they're in is because they didn't hold on to Jalen Brunson, and it set off a chain of events that ended up resulting in them trading away one of their other quality players, Finney Smith, to the Nets for Kyrie, even though Kyrie has put up good numbers. Kyrie's a flawed player. He doesn't play defense. And some people make an argument that Kyrie actually without LeBron hasn't really done much. And it's a very interesting argument. He goes to Boston with that incredible team. They couldn't do anything. Goes to the Nets with Harden and KD. They couldn't do anything. And it's not necessarily what happens on the court. It's because of what happens up here and what comes out of his mouth. So he screws things up, and Mavericks are going to be in a tough spot because they're going to have to try and re-sign him in the summer. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But the Knicks are 43 and 34. 47 and 34. 47 and 34. 43. What am I talking about? I just looked at the wrong number here. 47 and 34. They're still at the number that I predicted they'd win. They have one more chance to get to 48. I really want that game on Sunday. I don't want to go into the playoffs, into the offseason, the playoffs, basically with the loss. I want to get that win. I want to see RJ shake off, the whatever happened in this game from a three-point situation. Look, RJ, if the three-point shot is not there for you, don't take it. Now, when I'm saying that, I'm talking mostly about in the playoffs. On Sunday, I would love for you to keep putting it up there, but quality ones, not right at the end of the buzzer beater. I saw you took two shots like that. In fact, it was IQ who literally the shot clock was about to end. He dumped it over to you. You had nothing else to do but just force a three-point shot up there. And I think you probably have a disproportionate amount of three-point shots like that are forced upon you like that to just beat the shot clock. But this time, if you try and recapture the three-point shot. If you're not able to recapture that stroke on Sunday or in the week leading up to the playoffs, you need to readjust your approach to the game. I'm not saying pass up open threes. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is if you are being contested at all, look for another option. We need quality shots. Find Grimes. The guy is on fire. Find him. Get it to Brunson. Get it to IQ. Get it to guys who are going to, and you were doing it tonight. You were feeding. You ended up with, what'd you end up with? Six assists. So it just shows that you can do that. That's what we need from you. Going for 0 for 9 in the playoffs will be disastrous. Cannot have that. Cannot have that. So please readjust your game when it comes to that. All right. Well, that's it. This weekend, I'm looking at putting together a live show to break down the upcoming playoff series against the Cavs and to discuss anything NBA. Maybe the wildest takes in the NBA. That's what we're going to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Turn on a notification bell so you will get the alert when we're going to go live. I'll try to give everyone a pretty decent amount of time to advance notice before that happens. And looking at it to be tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, then it'll be Sunday. But look out for that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Oh, sorry. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe, Twitter and Instagram, and share this video, share into the Knicks-Verse with whoever loves the Knicks. And this is it, man. In fact, when I was watching this game, I was like, you know what, man? I'm just so ready for the playoffs. I am so ready for the playoffs. Ooh, I'm so hyped for this, man. This is incredible. I've been waiting for 2 years. We've all been waiting 2 years for the Knicks to get back to the playoffs. I couldn't be more excited. I'm just trying to contain my excitement. All right, thank you for watching this. Again, I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.